yours truly, Do Rock Creek. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today, man? Welcome back to this round table. It's an absolute pleasure to be here amongst my round table family, man. What's happening with y'all? You feel me? Look, let me go ahead and shout out the most important people to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely my girl Golden, who happened to be my co-host. You know what I'm saying? She was supposed to be here today, but of course, you know what I mean? She got so much going on in her busy schedule. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, she worked two jobs, a full-time mom, you know what I'm saying? Take care of everything, everybody else's stuff, you know what I mean? She stay on top of everything, definitely keep me on point. So shout out to my girl Golden, shout out to my baby girl Raya Bear, shout out to my favorite guy Anthony. You feel me? Shout out even to the cats, to Madeline and Bluey. You know what I'm saying? They riding in the car right now. You know what I'm saying? My girl taking care of a gang of stuff. You know what I mean? So they on here right now, and I see you on here, my beautiful woman. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody else, man, the whole round table family. You feel me? Shout out to the new subscribers and all that. You know what I mean? What's happening with everybody out there, man? Whenever y'all able to catch up to this video, if you ain't able to catch up to this live, you know what I'm saying? Whenever y'all able to catch up to it, much love for y'all, man, for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? As always, you know, when I call up on y'all, y'all always show up. So it's nothing but love. You feel me? Now, look, I wanted to tell this story, man, real quick. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold y'all up too long. You know what I mean? But it was an interesting story, something that took place back in 2012 and 13. You know what I'm saying? Now, the story has to do with the neighborhood Crips. You know what I'm saying? And myself. You know, now how it involved me. Okay, we're going to go back to 2012. At this time, I'm in the cell with the homie Taco from 190 East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, we doing our thing, man. Like, you know, we had the weed sack, we had the tobacco and all that. This was in Corcoran State Prison, Sat F, Sea Yard, 2012. You know what I mean? Those of y'all, if any of y'all was there at that time, then you know what time it is. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, me and bro Sellies, we doing our thing. At that time, my young homie Bull Rock had just pulled up, and he ended up in the cell with Smoke from East Coast. I think Smoke was from 5'9" East Coast. You know what I'm saying? It was right down the tier from us. Anyway, my homie Bull Rock ended up coming in the cell with me. You know what I'm saying? And Taco ended up going in the cell with one of his homies. So bam, at this time, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot, like I said, you know what I mean? At that time, man, this is 2012, 2000. By the time bro got there, it was like 2013. Okay, so bam, I'm doing my thing, man, making a lot of money, selling a lot of weed. I had ounces upon ounces of weed, pouches and pouches of tobacco. You know, that shit sell like hotcakes, you know, in any jail or prison that you in. And just so happened I was fortunate enough to have a plug to be able to do it like that. So bam, anyway, this one particular day, um, me and Bull Rock go out to the yard. Now, I wasn't supposed to go out to the yard that day. I only had went out to collect some money. At that time, you know, they was doing green dots back then. So I went out to get a green dot. I think it was for like $500-600. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go out, collect that, and then bounce back in. Something that I typically didn't do, and I shouldn't have did it. Even this many years later, I think about that, and it's like, I shouldn't have did it like that. So anyway, we go out to the yard, man. I go out to collect this money. I'm standing on the side of the basketball court, and next thing I know, I see about 30 to 40 police rushing through the gate with like 8 dogs, right? So everybody on the yard freeze, stop, and look, and everybody' attention is on these police. We see all these people coming through the gate. We wondering like, we know they finna raid. We just don't know where. You got to remember, it's um 8 buildings on every yard, and it's two sides to one yard, right? They call it the upper and the lower. On the lower is 1 through 4, or excuse me, 1 through 3, and then on the other side is 4 through 5 or something like that. So anyway, bam, we on the upper, which means is the 4, 5, and 6, 7, and whatever, however many other buildings, right? So anyway, we stand on the side of the basketball court where I typically usually would be at that time. And I'm watching and I'm like, oh man, now in my head, I know I had left all this weed and tobacco inside my cell, not as secure as I would usually have it, right? So bam, I'm like, oh man, this is the wrong time for that. I hope and pray they not going into my building because seeing that they got like 8 dogs and it's like 30 police, they finna tear the whole entire building up, right? That's what they do when you see them coming that deep like that. So, bam, we watching. They passing 8 block. I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm like, hit it, go to 7. They go past 7. I'm like, oh shit. Go to 6. They go past 6, 5, and bam, right to my building, right? I'm like, oh man. So bam, they got us locked out on the yard. It's 200 people out there. They got us all locked out on the yard for like 2 hours while they in there tearing the building upside down, right? So bam, I know I'm finna go to the hole. If I make it past that search with all those dogs and all those police, like I am the most luckiest, blessed person in the world, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it. And I'm like, man, I hope I'm keeping hope alive. So after they search, these is the goon squad people. The goon squad people is the police that police the police. You know what I'm saying? These people they'll come and arrest the police if they got to. You know what I'm saying? Let alone us. So bam, after they done, the goon squad come out. They stand in front of the building. Now, see, these is the type of police they like when they find what they find, they like to showcase it out to everybody to let you know, like, we did this. We found this. So they come out the building, they stand in front of the building with these brown paper bags. When you see them with the brown paper bags in their hand, you know they done found some stuff. That's like the evidence. So bam, they standing out there with the brown paper bags in their hand with smirks on their face. So bam, as we walking in, I'm not making no eye contact or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm straightforward. So bam, we go in, we see mattresses. The dogs that went in there and ate the mattresses up. You know what I'm saying? People property is everywhere. I'm like, man. So once me and Bull Rock get back in the cell, we know we done. So I'm like, man, the cell was completely tore. It looked like somebody just went up in there and just emptied out everything and just kicked around everything. Stuff was everywhere. So I know they found all it. So I had like probably like 2 ounces of weed, you know what I'm saying, and a gang of tobacco. I had pouches of tobacco, right? I was making my money then. So bam, a couple of minutes later, like 5 goon squad come to our cell. They like, yeah, y'all know what time it is, man. Like, we received a lot of information on y'all, you know what I'm saying? And we found it. So go ahead, cuff up, put y'all in these handcuffs, you know what I'm saying? And so bam, they cuff us up, take us to the program office, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, like crazy business, right? So now it was a lot of Asians in my building. I knew them all. I actually had like business going with them. You know what I'm saying? So it was probably like 15 to 20 Asians, right, in my building, right? You know, um, it was a couple of them that were suspected of being snitches. So the ones that we suspected of being snitches, especially me, I called myself trying to, get ahead of the game and figure out, because it was one there named Trub, right? He was real flossy, like, you know what I'm saying? He wanted that spotlight bad, real bad. He wanted to be known as the man that had everything. He didn't care who knew. So I'm like, all right, you that type of person, but also I believe you're a snitch because you got too much going on and you're never getting hit. So bam, I get at him. I said, "Hey man, I got somebody that needs somebody to sell some stuff for him. You know what I'm saying?" So I cut him a deal, and I'm trying to make it seem like it's somebody else that is not me. You know what I'm saying? He immediately bit on it. So anyway, let me fast forward through all this. 15 to 20 Asians in that building. We get caught up. Me and Bull Rock go to the hole, which I feel bad now because when we went to the hole, they put an Asian that had just got there in our cell, right? Now that dude that they put in our cell ended up stabbing a Crip as soon as he got there. The young Crip was from Rolling 60s. I had just met him, right? He ended up in the cell with Smoke from 59 East Coast, the one that the homie Bull Rock was in the cell with. I met him. He was a cool young rider. You know what I'm saying? So bam, somehow, some way, him and the Asian dude had words. The Asian dude snuck up on him and stabbed him. Right now, the reason why I say I feel, kind of to blame for that is because had we not got caught up the way that we did, he wouldn't have never made it in that building. He wouldn't have never had our sale. None of the stuff that took place after that would have never happened had we not went to the hole. So anyway, we in the hole when all this go down when the Asian dude stabbed the young Crip. So bam, I'm keeping up with everything that's going on the yard through letters. You know what I'm saying? The homie Taco from 190 East Coast was we was writing each other. Well, he was hollering at the person that I was with at that time. You know what I'm saying? And keeping me up on everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I was pretty much telling him my disgust at that situation of the Asian dude stabbing the Crip because that dude ended up coming back there to the hole, like right across the hall from me. I was able to look out my door and look into his cell. So he'd be standing at his door trying to say what's up to me and all this and that. I would never talk to him because at that time it was on. You know what I'm saying? Why would I talk to you? We not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you back here for. You back here for stabbing the Crip. So nah, we ain't never finna be cool. So bam. Anyway, now on the yard, you know what I'm saying? Like the Crips is they tripping. You know what I'm saying? So bam, they ended up smashing the Asians, bro. They smashed them. You know what I'm saying? But what ended up having to happen was some Crips from the lower side of the yard had to move over to the upper side of the yard because people the initial lead on this, you know what I'm saying? Because he was from Rolling 60s. You know what I'm saying? So you had a number of Crips, the homie Q Twin them from Q102 East Coast, you know what I'm saying? Now, hey, anytime them Crips is involved, they gonna handle business. You know what I'm saying? And you had a number of them that was up there, bro, that was with all the shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them had moved over to the upper side, including a few Rolling 60s. The dude Roscoe, Rollo from Rolling 60s. It was a number of them that moved over there. And as soon as the numbers got up, they got cracking. You know what I'm saying? So we start seeing a lot of the Asians come back there to the hole all toe up. You know what I'm saying? As well as some Crips. The homie Half Dead them from 11-8. You know what I'm saying? Q Twin them. It was a whole bunch of Crips that came back there on that situation with the Asians. You know what I'm saying? And now they don't want no more smoke. They don't want no beef or nothing like that because they seen that it wasn't gonna stop. Like these dudes was not playing. Y'all stabbed the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? So bam. As they was coming back there, by me knowing a whole bunch of them and shit, I'm running into them and they trying to explain like, we not with, getting into it with y'all and this and that. That dude had just came and did that. He was on some renegade shit. You know what I'm saying? And we pretty much was like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? We gonna talk with the nods up in you. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. There's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? So me and Bull Rock ended up doing like a 8-month shoot. We was in the hole for like 8 months. So by the time we made it back to the main line, everything had kind of calmed down. You know what I'm saying? Like the tension wasn't as high as it was when all that shit had first sparked off. By the time we made it out, and done our shoe program, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's going in and out. Okay, well, bear with me, man. Bear with me, please. But by the time we finished doing our shoe program, man, you know what I'm saying? It had pretty much died down. You know, we went back to the same yard. You know, the same people were still around. You know what I'm saying? The ones that was involved. The one, some had went to the hole, some didn't. Some got caught, some didn't and shit. But they had smashed the Asians. You know what I'm saying? And they had moved the gang of the Asians off the yard, bro. Like, but they was telling like a motherfucker. That's who had told on me and Bull Rock. That's why they had ran up in there like 30 deep with 8 dogs. You know what I'm saying? And they had a couple of people that I had suspected as being snitches. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man, because like I said, I was dealing with a number of them, and there was one dude named Casper. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with. He was Asian from I think he was from Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? Like he was probably like the number one dude that I had suspect. And I told him, I said, hey man, something kind of fishy with you. Like, he like, what you mean? I said, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just gonna outright just call you a snitch because you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing concrete, but you got a lot going on, bro. And some of your homeboys that's around here be having a lot going on, and the only ones that's getting ran up on is us. You know what I'm saying? What up, Beach Boy? I see you. Shout out to you, Brody. Salute, salute, salute to you, man. Much love to you and the family. So anyway, I'm telling this Asian dude, I'm like, yeah, y'all got a lot going on and y'all never get ran up on. So he told me, he was like, man, he said, you know why I wouldn't tell on you? Even if I was guilty of that shit, he said, you know why I wouldn't? You? I said, why? He said, because it wouldn't benefit me. It benefits me more to work with you, in which we was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, man. I had got some bomb OG Kush from that dude, like a couple of ounces. You know what I'm saying? And didn't have to pay nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just had my peoples meet up with his people on the street. We worked it out. You know what I'm saying? And we made it work. You know what I'm saying? So bam, he ended up being one of the first ones to PC up when everything went down between the blacks and the Asians. You know what I'm saying? And then the dude Trub, the flashy one. I had put a lot of stuff in his hands, and I was filtering out a lot of shit through him because he didn't mind. He loved the spotlight. He's the type of dude, man, you'll see on a prison yard with the big gold link chain. You know what I'm saying? With the most expensive watches that you can get. You know what I'm saying? With the earrings and the ears and the Air Jordan hats and shirts and shorts and shoes and all this shit, right? All the stuff that's gonna definitely get you ran up on by the police if you look like you doing too much. And he didn't care. This dude had he had igloos inside his cell. Who in a right mind would have a big ass igloo inside their jail cell, bro? He had an igloo that stayed with ice. How? I don't know. They never took it from him. He had stuff up in that motherfucker that nobody else was supposed to have. He had it. Okay, and he didn't mind that spotlight. If he was selling some weed or he's selling this or he's selling that, he didn't care about the spotlight because he never got ran up on. And every time it's a lockdown situation on the yard, the Asians never go on lockdown because they never get into nothing. So they're always the ones that's out working. We're always the blacks and the Mexicans and the white boys always on lockdown because there's always something going on, right? So the Asians was able to position themselves in all the top jobs that kept them out and mainly like around the police a lot. You know what I mean? So they was talking. They was giving up a lot of information, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, although I had suspicions of a few of them, look, man, let me tell you how cold they was. I'm gonna tell you how cold they was. It was one dude there named Batman. He was an Asian dude, right? This fool wrote a book. He wrote and published a book. I bullshit you not. And just so happened he's right next door to me. This fool write a book, bro. And he put pictures inside the book of himself that he took inside his jail cell, right? He put those pictures in his book. So he's going around showing any and everybody, look, I wrote a book. Look, I wrote a book. He's showing any and everybody that would pay attention to him this book, right? So he's showing the police and all, and the police is like flipping through the pages. They looking at these pictures, then they looking in his cell, and it's the same pictures that he got. He like if I took a picture in here and it was stuff on the wall behind me, right? If that's those same items is there, I obviously just took that picture, letting the police know that I have a phone inside my cell, right? this how I ain't gonna even say stupid, just brave, cause they never got hit. You know what I'm saying? And this dude used to work in the building with me as a porter. So he would have the book on the court while we passing stuff out, and the police would be like, "This fool's stupid. How he got pictures of himself in this book that he got published that he took inside his cell?" You feel me? Like everybody was saying that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we definitely had him suspect. Like this dude used to watch me in the visiting room and all that, man. I'll be out there doing my thing and shit. Don't know, don't see him, not paying attention to nothing else or nobody other than the police. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be off in the cut watching me the whole time. And I remember I had got back one day and I'm out working and he's out there working and he's talking to some Southsiders. And he's standing there. He's like, "Hey, creep." He said, "Hey man, I seen you in visiting today." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what was you?" "Oh, I was in the cut. I was in the cut." He said, "But yeah, I seen you. I seen you out on the patio, and I seen the person that was visiting you open up their jacket like this, like they was trying to block you from being seen. What was you doing?" Right? So I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm saying this to myself, like, this fool out here watching me, and I ain't even seen him. So in my head, I'm like, I gotta think of something real quick. And he's standing, he waiting for me to reply to it, right? So I said, "Oh man," I said she was playing with my swipe. I said, "You didn't see?" So he looked. He said, "No." Right? I swear to God, that's what I said. Right? That nigga looked like. He said, "No." I said, "Yeah. Well, that was going on. If you seen something like that, that was going on, bro. Like you got to watch how you be out there watching people." And oh no, I wasn't looking for that. Okay, so why was you watching me? You know what I'm saying? I didn't see you one time out there. My whole focus was on doing what I was doing and watching the police. But now I see there's little pet detectives out here that's also watching me. You know what I'm saying? But them be the worst kind because they watch you harder than the police do. I promise you. So if you are in a jail situation, man, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Oh, it's going out? All right, well, I'm sorry for the interference, man. Golden said there's some technical issues. It's going in and out. That's not a good thing. You feel me? So I might have to cut this one short. Shout out to everybody though, man. Shout out to everybody. Y'all might have to cut this short, man, if it's tripping. You feel me? Like I've been telling y'all, we've been having technical issues. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short then if it's tripping. You feel me? What's happening with everybody though, man? Everybody good? I hope hey, been seeing a lot of people die, man. They just said Hulk Hogan died. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan passed away. Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Of course, my boy Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away. You know, God rest his soul. Love and blessings to his family. That's somebody that I kind of grew up with. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, watching the Cosby Show and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Blessings to his family. You feel me? I hate that this thing is tripping though, man. These technical issues is killing us because we not able to get back on track like how we once was. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, and then YouTube keep hitting the channel with strikes, man. That's slowing down the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those strikes are slowing down our momentum, man. They messed up a lot of stuff. For real, for real. Golden say you go in and out. It's going in and out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this then, man, because I don't want to have no half-ass content going out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I see, Beach Boy. It's tripping, man. It's the technical issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get some better quality content to y'all as far as the videos go, to where it's not going in and out. When I drop the video, if I'm not able to go live, I'm gonna drop videos, man. Y'all just make sure y'all tap into those videos. You know what I'm saying? Because those count too. Although it ain't live, it's still we bringing content to the table for our people here at the round table. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all take care. Be safe out there. I love and appreciate all of y'all that chose to tap in today, man. Much love and respect. I'll try to get better quality content to y'all as far as these technical issues go. I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry about nothing. We're going to get it correct, man. Love and appreciate you all for tapping in. Until the next time we meet at this round table, y'all stay safe, stay blessed out there. Triple gang.